Well, what timing on the on the intro there? That was not scripted at all. Yeah, this is Rogue Squadron 2 for a launch title for the GameCube, and it still looks surprisingly great.
Wow. Yeah. The GameCube launch titles went really hard for some reason. I don't know why, but most of them still look really, really good, even by today's standards.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll be doing whatever we can in this game. I can't guarantee I'll finish it because the last couple of levels can be pretty damn hard.
It's okay. You have cheat codes and stuff, right?
I mean, I can play any level I want, and I have all the shifts, so...
Okay, yeah.
It's not a huge deal.
So anyway, before we get started, I'll just explain why we're here. We're raising money for the International Rescue Committee. They do a lot of work raising money for people in crisis, humanitarian support, helping people find their families, those kinds of things. It's a great cause, so if you have any money to spare, please click the donate button below the Twitch link and below the Twitch streams, and head over there now. We fixed the donation issue, so now you can donate $5. If you were holding off for us to fix that, the issue has been fixed, so you can donate with a minimum of a $5 donation, and you can put your donations towards our bid wars, raffles, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think that's... Oh, yeah. Right now, we're sitting at just over $5,000. It would be great, I think, if by the end of the day, we could get at least to 6. So,
or at least close.
Or at least close. So please get us get your donations in. And
also, we have to keep talking over this or Disney will sue.
Oh, yeah, we don't... If we... I love Disney. Our overlords, caretakers do such a great job providing for us, don't they, Ryan?
I cannot wait to see the 3rd remake of Lion King in the same 6-month period.
Man, I just watched The Lion King the 8th time in theaters. It holds up every single time. Also, this is absolutely Wedge's self-insert fanfiction.
No, this is based off expanded universe material.
I know, but Wedge probably wrote it, and it's just like, well, everybody else was off doing nothing. Wedge, the awesome and super great, did all these important things for real.
I mean, basically he did. Luke was too busy sitting on Dagobah for like months at a time.
Was he really there for that long?
I have no idea.
Between 5 and 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they knew he was in Tatooine the entire time. So they said
it's like at least the Rebel Alliance was still doing stuff while Luke was just doing whatever it is he was doing.
Like, I mean, I doubt that plan to get him back from Jabba's base took that long to plan, because it is not a very good plan. All things, because like half of the plan was, okay, everybody's gonna get captured by Jabba.
On purpose.
Yeah, but it's just like that. What if Jabba wasn't feeling horny that day and decided just to kill Leia, you know? Or what if he killed Leia before she took the mask off or whatnot? You know, it's just like, Luke, your plan sucks.
We've got to destroy those deflection towers.
He is no Jedi Master.
Red Leader, we've got you covered.
I think they did get Wedge's actor to be him, but otherwise they're all sound-alikes in this game.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. So, actually, thinking about it, in terms of rank, did Luke ever get promoted or whatnot, or
he did plenty.
Oh, okay.
I think you're automatically given a few promotions when you destroy the Death Star.
Yeah, but he wasn't technically a Jedi when he did that, though.
No one cares if you're a Jedi.
Yeah,
Luke's the only Jedi on the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah, but I still imagine that he's still technically a Padawan, which just makes me laugh for whatever reason.
I think he's a master by the time we get to the sequel trilogy.
Nah. Well, I mean, if he's in charge, he can give himself whatever rank he wants.
I mean, that's true. He's the only one left, so who's going to stop him?
All right, I formed the new Jedi title, Super Awesome Mega Jedi Master Supreme Turbo Edition.
Yeah.
And nobody can tell him he's wrong.
Let's try spinning. That's a neat trick.
Woo!
Yeah.
Did you ever play Pod Racer for N64?
Some, yes. F-Zero X is better.
Was that the only pod racing game they ever really made?
Yeah, which is weird because it's one of the few really liked Star Wars games.
I guess they just wanted to not touch prequels after prequels were done, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you can go into first person. I don't know why you would want to, though.
Some people prefer it for the immersion kind of thing. I think unless if you were doing like a VR kind of situation, I don't particularly think that I would just prefer the behind the back view.
Yeah.
Because you just get more of a better look at everything.
Well, you can also see what's going on around you.
Yeah, you get way more peripheral vision, which is important in a game like this where
Where
stuff
you-
moves quickly.
Well, it's also a matter of you don't have, you know, I assume you don't have like a super surround sound system set up, so you can't really see what's going. You can't see or hear what's really going on around you.
Yeah, especially considering this game came out in 2001, where I don't think they even had proper HD TVs yet, and most people didn't have the money.
There
for
wasn't
expensive-
even HD TVs when this came out.
Yeah, and most people didn't waste that much money on like a super expensive surround sound system.
Unless you were like a big cinephile, in which case, why are you playing a GameCube game?
You know, when I was a kid, I always, like, whenever I went to the movies, I always wondered how much it would cost to, like, cook my GameCube up to that. Because I thought it would be
It's
so cool.
not that much because it's a projector.
Yeah, but it was more, it would more, you'd just have to rent out the whole theater
Yeah.
for the day, which would be way more expensive. But I don't know, I feel like that might be cool. Maybe. I don't know. The novelty would probably wear off really quick, but I was like 8, so.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Quit moving around.
Anyway, we do have a couple of donations. One is $10 from the Golden Bolt. Thank you very much. He just did his Shrek run a couple minutes ago. Making good on my donation for Chris's Mrs. Big Head song. Put this towards Lego Episode 3. I want to watch the Lego younglings die. Okay. All right. And then Fearless Fighter with $25. Hello, Ryan and Ted. I've enjoyed your work for Brain Scratch Com since 2011-12 when I was in high school. Keep up the good work. And it's awesome you're taking part in such a noble cause. Please put my name in for the Switch raffle. Thanks a bunch and have fun. All right, I will get to that. Okay, so $10 to Revenge of the Sith. So Revenge of the Sith is now in second place for the Lego Star Wars Bid War, but still $10 behind Attack of the Clones. So yeah, keep on putting your money in towards that. I need to.
I don't remember these things being in the movie. So in the movie, it's just a straight shot.
So are you playing? You're technically playing as Luke for this.
The first 2.5 missions are Luke. Because the third mission is the Battle of Hoth, and you know he gets shot down and blah 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 blah.
Yeah. It's him and Wedge in Battle of Hoth, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And Wedge is the rest of the game.
Okay.
Dang it. Yeah, if you so much as tap anything, you just die in this game.
Oh, I mean, like in the movie, like he's riding with Wedge in the
Yeah.
two-person cockpit thing, right?
No, because
No?
it's this guy named Dak who dies.
Oh yeah,
Nobody
Dak,
cares.
Yeah, because I was going to be like, didn't the guy who was with him die?
Yeah.
So yeah. I bet you he has his own book though, probably. Actually, you know what?
Zoop.
I'm actually going to Star Wars Dak. Dak, okay, yep. He does have his own, he has his own Wikipedia page. He's appeared, oh, his page is actually remarkably small for Wikipedia. Like, normally, the most inane things have like, oh wait, no, I had to click on the Legends page. Okay, there we go. Now he's got what I remember from a Wikipedia.
You mean way too much?
Yeah, way too much. There we go. He's got like a whole fleshed out backstory and whatnot. And it's just like this character was in the movie for 5 seconds.
Use the Force.
Hi Vader. Bye Vader.
So do you just? Oh, you actually shoot him down in the.
Well, you shoot him, but
He's just like, lol, I'm out.
yeah.
Nobody said that I had to get that I was going to get shot at today.
Nothing, I'm all right.
And they just blatantly reuse clips from the movie. This is before Chad Vader took over all the game duties.
Yeah, I wonder if they had to pay James Earl Joyce whenever.
Choice.
James Earl Jones. Why did I say?
No, because it's a performance. He has no royalties over his own voice.
Okay.
Or
No,
at
I'm thinking
least
of
over the
James
Darth.
Joyce, the freaking author.
This part sucks.
But you have to use the Force.
Well, no, you want to use your targeting computer because you can't see shit.
You have to use the Force, Ryan.
There we go. Yeah, because it goes down into it. It's not the wall in front of you.
Bruh, I'm not falling for that one. I already know the genre name of the Cantina band. All right.
Yeah, it's shiz.
I hate Star Wars. I hate Star Wars so much. Okay.
Yeah, I've never gotten a gold medal. I'm not terribly great at this game. I mean, it's only the first level, so you can totally do it. But there's a cheat. There's a cheat code for everything in this game, so don't worry about it. Which is really nice because remember when games had cheat codes?
Yeah, it's like, it's bizarre. Okay. All right, there we go. It took me way too long in order to find out where the hell I'm actually supposed to write down this raffle thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just did the X-wing. I could do the Naboo starfighter, which is unironically the best ship in the game.
The Naboo one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes it better than the other one?
It's fast. It hits hard and has pretty decent defense. I could
do the B wing.
The B-wing? Well, no, we could use that later.
Okay. Do George Lucas's ship. Actually, you know what? Just do whatever you want for now. And if anybody wants a specific ship, they can donate for it.
Yeah, the car should be around here somewhere.
Let's set a minimum of $10 to.
I may have to put in the code for the car.
Okay. Well, still, let's put a minimum of $10 to request a ship.
If fine, I'll do the B-wing.
Okay.
Because I don't really like it.
All right.
It's a bit faster than an X-wing, but its defenses are shit.
All right. Anyway, we do have 2 new donations. One is $50 to Headbod. Happy to see you playing this game. Rogue Squadron 1 was one of the first games I ever played. Please put 25 to the Switch raffle and 25 to Lego Star Wars Runner's Choice. As for my question, what is your favorite Star Wars ship? Best of luck to you. Thank you, Headbod, for your donation.
The X-wing is classic.
The X-Wing is pretty cool. Honestly, I've never really been a big fan of like the Millennium Falcon in terms of like its design. Like I don't know, it's just never really.
Well, it's strictly it was actually a cargo ship.
Yeah.
That he outfitted to be different, which is why it always looks like shit.
Honestly, as stupid as it looks, I do actually like what's it called? Boba Fett's ship.
The slave one.
Like it's stupid looking, but I think it looks cool. Anyway, I'm putting my $25 to episode 3. So that means that is now in the lead with $65 over Attack of the Clones is $50. So yeah. And we also have a $75 donation from Xanthosus. I apologize if I mispronounce your name. Please put this towards Arkham Knight in the bid war. Johnny hasn't suffered enough compared to his previous charity streams, so make him play the worst of the Arkham series for our entertainment. Wow.
I mean, even
also, even Last Blue Cross Tag Battle, and if so, what are your thoughts on the upcoming 2.0 update and new characters announced?
I don't. Also, it's not like Arkham Knight's a terrible game. It's just the worst one.
Yeah. So, also, you guys forget that John's literally playing Superman 64, right? He's like actually playing Superman 64. So he'll suffer plenty, don't worry.
Yeah.
But no, I have not played Blaze Blue, however you say it. I'm
Blue.
terrible at fighting games. So I don't go out of my way to buy many of them.
Yeah, unfortunately I have to use the targeting computer because it's really hard to see in this level because you're out in space. And you're trying to find little tiny TIE fighters.
But when you're using the targeting computer,
I'm in
stuck
this mode.
First-person mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they try to balance it a little bit.
So that you're not doing the detective mode thing where you just never have to turn it off.
Yeah.
Does every ship have the targeting computer?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they want you to be able to see what you're doing.
That makes sense.
I mean, you have a general radar, but it's not the best thing in the world.
Wipe out their ties.
Going after those fighters. Check your fire.
The B-Wing looks so stupid.
Yes, it is stupid.
Oh god.
And break. Yeah, enemies can get on your tail, and it's kind of stupid.
Well, I mean,
The B-wing is just so damn slow.
I'm actually surprised at how easy it is to, like, that you can see the ships as well as you can, considering most of the backdrops are just, like, space. And most of them are dark gray or black anyway.
It does about as good a job as you can expect it to. The problem is just there's only so much you can do about that.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, we have another donation, $10 from Matthias Chrome. Fox, don't use the Force, use the brake, but towards Arkham City. All right, $10 to Arkham City.
Also, the ranking system doesn't want you to use the targeting computer.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to get good ranks, you have to not use it.
Okay, so just an update on the bid war. City's winning now with $585. Knight has $387 and 12 cents, and Asylum is at 15 for some reason. Like just 15. I don't know why.
Targeting computers to identify enemy targets.
Pulling up my targeting computer. Enemy fighters approaching from the nebula.
Is this This is the second mission, right?
Yes.
What was the? I thought you went to the Hoth one right away.
No, this is the mission where everyone, after the Death Star, and everyone's trying to just get away.
Oh, okay. So this is the first,
yeah,
like,
so it's like, how did the rebels get? Obviously the Empire still knew the rebels were on Yavin or whatever planet it was. So obviously they wouldn't just sit around and do nothing after the Death Star blew up.
Yeah, that's actually one of the funny, well, maybe not funny, but like interesting things about Last Jedi is that it pretty much just takes place like 30 seconds after Force Awakens ends, because it's just like, yeah, we won, but they're still going to try to kill us even if they don't have their giant cannon planets.
Also, even though we're heroes of the rebellion and everyone likes it, apparently don't have any allies left to actually fight. It's like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I know why that's the case. Like,
they want to have everyone they want to have the crew be an underdog and all that.
Yeah, I mean, granted, they did try to explain that away a little bit more in cuts of Force Awakens, because they did have like a side plot where there was this character on Coruscant who was like trying to deal with the Senate and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I felt like they were a little bit afraid to go too deep into politics.
Yeah.
Because of, prequels. So, like, I on the whole, for the sake of pacing for the movie, I think that it was the right idea to just say it, and, it might be unbelievable, but it's a movie. But on the other hand, yeah, it is one of the bigger plot holes. That just like, okay, why would anybody, like, just agree with the Forced Order, considering that they seem to have far fewer resources and
far
way
fewer
worse-
support.
So far fewer support and way less like management.
Yeah.
Like, they're way more erratic than the Empire ever was. So,
Plus, I'm pretty sure most people, it's not like they're that old who wouldn't remember the Empire.
Like the Empire was like 20 years ago. Most people probably still, especially all the different aliens, like maybe some of the humans, would be like, whatever. But it's not like it's been 100, 200 years. It's like this happened within most of these people's lifetimes. I'm still looking forward to
Rise of Skywalker, worst subtitle ever.
It's a terrible subtitle, but I did like Force Awakens a lot, and I liked Last Jedi a lot as well. I know that that's a controversial movie, but I appreciated a lot of the risks it took, and I thought that a lot of the stuff it did was cool. So I think it'll probably be okay. I just don't have much to go on, because in typical Disney fashion, the first trailer basically showed us nothing, but it's Star Wars, so yeah. You know what, considering that movie's supposed to come out in like December, right?
Yeah.
This year. So I'm surprised we have not gotten another trailer yet.
Okay, guys.
Well, is D23 still coming?
Copy that.
Hold on. Let's D23 dates. Let's see. August 23rd to the 25th. Okay, so
You can't shoot down the walkers, but you don't want to. Zoop.
what's the? Oh, so you can shoot down the walkers like just straight up with laser blasts?
Yeah, you don't want to though.
Do you get like more points for that? Or?
No, it just takes longer. And the camera for this is absurdly awkward.
It's because they're trying to match the shot from the movie.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
the
you also need to be able to see what's going on while you're making the loop, but it just means you just have no depth perception.
Honestly, like, the best way I can think of to show it would be to have it be like an overhead view, but then you're not matching the shot from the movie, and you're not being like, oh, I'm doing the movie, which is what
Yeah.
they were kind of going for, I suppose. So, eh.
Take out those cannons.
I took one from the back first. Oops. I mean, I needed to get them all anyway.
So I played, I think it was the Star Wars arcade game once, and it was...
The first mission I ever played of this was Shadows of the Empire on N64, which has this scene too, but it's way easier to just shoot them in that version.
So you just shot them down?
Yeah. I think I already lost.
Oh, oops.
The Imperials have hit the ion cannon.
And thus the rebels died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I lost already.
Yeah,
This
there
game,
was a
this game can be remarkably hard.
there was a Star Wars arcade game that had this scene too, and I was terrible
Oh,
at it. Like,
almost every Star Wars game has the Hoth scene.
well, yeah, because it's one of the best starship fights in the series, so they wanna redo it. Because like Episode 5 is
It was like yeah.
are good.
Yeah, it was
You know?
also like even on like the Atari game, it's like oof.
Yeah, I guess it's just I don't know, it's just a cool scene. So they really wanted.
Or maybe I went too far. Maybe I was supposed to get these first.
How can we help?
ATSTs are heading toward the ion cannon. Stop them.
Oh yeah, I do need to destroy these things because they're trying to destroy the ion whatever. Oops.
Ooh, okay. We have a new donation, $20 from Ian Bow. Thank you very much. Put $15.01 to Attack of the Clones and the rest to Arkham Knight, please. Okay. Oh god, I'm gonna have to pull up a calculator to do math. I hate math. Okay, so $15. Oh my god, 65.01. Okay, so Attack of the Clones is winning by 1 cent now, and now I have to add $4.99 to Arkham Knight. Oh god.
There we go.
Take out those walkers.
Let's take out those ATST. Rogue Squadron, how can we help?
All right, so Arkham Knight is now at $392.11. Okay.
So I got everything by the ion cannon. Now I think I go for the walkers.
Did you get the stormtroopers?
I mean, they're just on the ground. In Rogue Squadron 3, after Luke gets shot down, you do play as Luke again on the ground. Rogue Squadron 3 has a lot of ground missions to try to make up for the fact that there's no more space missions to do. And they all suck.
So are they're all like space, like blasters and stuff?
Everything is a ship in this game in 2.
Yeah, but in 3, it's like, I'm guessing it's not really any Jedi stuff at all. It's
I mean, you have a lightsaber with Luke
Oh,
at
okay.
points, but it's like tries to be a mix of this and like somewhat beat 'em up platforming. Oh, I lost again. Okay, I thought I blew them all up, but whatever.
Like, I get the idea, and I suppose that, like, because the original Battlefront and Battlefront 2 had the on foot stuff, and that worked well from what I hear. I never.
Well, that was designed to be a shooter.
Yeah, but I feel like it was the Starfight with Battlefront 3. I feel like it was not Battlefront.
Rogue Squadron.
With Rogue Squadron 3, I think it was the Star Fox assault problem where everybody just wants to be in the ship, and nobody wants to. Like, I mean, they could have probably figured out something to do.
I mean,
I
maybe.
suppose. Maybe they, it wouldn't. Rogue Squadron would have just been like a carryover title, but there are some decent space fights in the prequels that they could do.
Yeah.
Like the space fight in Episode 1 isn't bad.
No, there's definitely stuff they could have done, but
I guess they just
also like by the mid 2000s, LucasArts was just kind of floundering.
Yeah.
I think Factor 5 was like long under at that point.
Which is a shame too, because these games were, from what I can tell, really, really good.
Yeah. The Rogue Squadron one on the N64 was one of the few games that I think required the expansion pack, and it was like really good looking for an N64 game.
I've seen footage of it, and yeah, it looks gorgeous. I think it's like that Majora's Mask and like DK64.
And DK64 didn't really even use it.
It was just like, oh, there's a bug that it just doesn't happen.
When you
put this in.
Okay.
Do we want to like fix it or nah?
Nah. Well, to be fair, I don't think they still know what actually caused the bug.
I'm surprised nobody's like tried to.
I'm sure people have looked. I think it's just no one really. It's probably just some very extremely weird programming quirk that shouldn't happen, but just kind of does.
A lot of programming seems to be like that, yeah. And it probably would take like looking at the source code, maybe. Like I don't even know if it would be possible to figure that kind of thing out with just like looking at the ROM. Like you might have to.
I don't think you can. Yeah.
You might have to like get Rare's like development code, which probably doesn't even exist anymore. So good luck with that.
Commander Skywalker, we've got Imperial walkers approaching from the north.
Okay, I left like one
They're advanced.
head thing still alive last time.
Let's form up.
We copy.
That's one of the smaller ATs, right?
Yeah.
Go now.
I'm terrible with remembering.
Well,
the
because
names of-
they're not very. The Empire ships aren't very well named.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I can remember like a TIE fighter and an AT-AT and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
like the smaller ones, I just know them as like the smaller ATs, and I know they have a real name, but I can't remember them. And honestly, aside from the X-wings, I'm not very good at differentiating the.
Well,
Rebel
the
ones.
Rebel ones are a little bit better because they're shaped like how the letters are for the most part.
Yeah.
Because
like,
X-wing is an X, the Y-wing has the Y shape. A-wings are kind of like the 3 points going on with it, like an uppercase A.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can
B-wing
tell-
is just what the fuck ever, but
I can tell the Y-wings because they use that one the second most after the X-wings because
Yeah.
they're the bomb ships, so they usually have those around a little bit more often.
Next pass.
Coming around, Rogue Leader.
I also never really got super hard into Star Wars outside of the movies, though. Like I think I maybe have read one expanded universe novel, and I can't even remember really what it was about because
Yeah.
that was when I was like maybe like 9 or 10. So there's an E-wing. How do you make a plane that flies with an E shape? I don't even know why you would even try at that point.
Copy, I've been hit.
Echo Base Commander Skywalker is down.
oh no, Luke.
Lead the attack.
Oh, but this isn't a game over. Oh, but
Yeah.
if we get shot at 30 seconds before this, then it's definitely a game over.
Yeah. Okay, now I want to go get all the ones up front.
Attack those walkers.
So is this one of those things where if you let even one ship get too far, you lose?
I think there's like just an invisible damage on the base you're trying to protect.
Okay.
And you obviously want to get the front ones first.
Yeah, of course.
It is much faster to tow them in this game than Shadows of the Empire, where it's actually faster to just shoot them.
Oh, I forgot to ask a question that Ian Bow had with his donation. Also, Ryan, what do you think of the particular scene in Doom Patrol season finale between Mr. Whiskers and Ezekiel?
Let's not talk about that.
Okay, that's all I.
Do you really want to know?
I'm surprised that there's a character in Doom Patrol named Mr. Whiskers, but
It is a dream world, and those characters are a rat and a cockroach, and they're giant, and they make out.
cool. Hot?
Admiral Whiskers otherwise is great, though. Because he's just a woodland creature. So when it's like at the end, like when they just drive out at one point, it just cuts back like at the end of the episode of them driving out earlier in the episode, and they run over a mouse. And
Oh,
Mr.
wow.
Whiskers is like, no. So then Alan Tudyk as Mr. Nobody is like, what are you going to do? You're just going to sit there and take it? Well, I'm a friendly woodland creature. I wouldn't hurt a fly. That's not like you, is it, Admiral Whiskers? It's like you're right. I'm going to take my revenge.
I'm glad that some of the DC stuff is letting themselves have fun now.
A lot of it. It was just the movies.
Yeah, it's so bizarre though because it felt like they kept on trying to do that even after you know, it got to the point where it was clear that that's not what people wanted. Because, like, let's just take, for example, like Man of Steel. Like, I know you and I disagree about that movie a good bit, but, like, I can understand why it was still trying to be darker because it was in production before the Marvel stuff even happened, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just the stuff after that that I don't really get. Where it's just
Oh,
like,
you're trying to be different.
yeah, I mean, and granted, I don't think anybody wants the DC stuff to just be a carbon copy of Marvel stuff with just DC characters. But there's still some questionable decisions in a lot of that.
Like I said, it's the whole DC's too serious thing is just the movies, and it's like they haven't done that for a while, guys.
Yeah, like I'm glad that Shazam turned out good as well.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's just a shame that the damage had already been done to the point where people just didn't really go out to see it.
Kinda. I think you would like Doom Patrol, though.
Who are the main characters in Doom Patrol?
The Doom Patrol.
Okay,
But,
so like 30 Doom bots. Cool.
No. They kind of occupy their own little weird space of comics that don't
Okay.
interact with the main group a whole lot.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
Like the only character you would recognize is Cyborg,
Oh, okay.
and everyone was just kind of confused why he's in the show at all.
Probably because they just didn't have a place for him in any of the other stuff they were going to try to do.
I guess.
Although they were doing a Teen Titans show, so I don't know why they didn't just put him in that, but whatever.
That stems from like the current state of the comics, where they're trying to push Cyborg more as a main solo act / Justice League tier, because effectively he's an African American with no ties to other franchises, so they can just use him however they want.
Yeah,
So they don't have to use Jon Stewart or
Yeah, that is true.
other
where
stuff.
He's one of the few, like, African American characters they have that's just his own character, not tied to anyone else. You're right. Yeah. So I can see that. Yeah. All right. How many missions are in this game again?
Not that many. It's based more on trying to do well, and the more medals you earn, the more points you get, and those points are what give you like the Slave One and plays the Millennium Falcon and the the developer commentary and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's an arcade game basically.
Functionally, yeah.
How control-wise, like, how different is this from like a Star Fox?
I mean, effectively it's a slower Star Fox.
Slower. Okay.
How's the chat been doing?
Chat's been doing pretty okay. Let's see. They're talking about Doom Patrol with 20% more Doom.
20% more Doom.
Also, apparently I'm God. I hope not. That sounds like way too much responsibility for me.
Prisons of the Maw. I think this was a mission in the original Rogue Squadron. I didn't play the original terribly much.
I've only seen it like in YouTube videos. I've never played it really at all. I think a cousin of mine did have Pod Racer, so I played a little bit more of that. But even still, that was not one I ever really owned.
Mm-hmm. The first one I ever played was the Super Series on the Super Nintendo. Those games are fun, but they're just kind of basic platformers that are really hard.
Yeah, I've been meaning to go back and try those because they look like solid enough games.
Yeah, they're just weird because Star Wars is a platformer. It's just kind of a silly concept.
Yeah, it was just kind of like the default.
It's just technology was limited, so you did what you had to.
The only Star Wars game I've played a significant amount of is Revenge of the Sith on DS, which is basically like a more like a Final Fighter Streets of Rage style beat 'em up game.
Guys, look, potatoes.
Oh, look at all of those polygons. Oh, man.
This game is actually really impressive for a GameCube launch title.
Yeah.
The fact that you could have this much shit be it's not even that they're there, it's that they are all interactable.
And also the game still runs smoothly with them all on screen,
Yeah.
is the other thing. That, I think, is, you know, going back and looking at the difference between N64 and GameCube stuff.
It's
for
pretty
me,
staggering.
Yeah, for me, the impressive thing isn't just, like, you know, how much better the models look. It's just the fact that games could run at, like, 60 frames a second again. Whereas almost everything on the PlayStation and N64 ran at, like, anywhere from, like, maybe 30 to, like, 12, depending on the game. So now that you have games that look a lot better and also a lot more smoothly, it's just so bizarre.
Yeah.
Um,
The N64 PlayStation era was just kind of a, yeah, we know this can definitely be better.
yeah, I still have, like, I have a soft spot for the, like, the low poly aesthetic, but there are a lot of, most of the games I would say from that era do not
Hold up.
age particularly well visually, at least. Like, trying to look at something like Mario 64 is like oof. Honestly, the like Mario Kart 64, for example, it looks way worse now than I remember it as a kid. And I know that a lot of that is just due to the fact that the CRT screens kind of hid a lot of the
Yeah.
jagginess of everything. And, like, the fact you couldn't quite notice that all the characters were 2D sprites when you were playing on an old TV, but you definitely can when you're playing on, like, an HD TV.
Yeah.
You know,
Which
nowadays.
isn't really the game's fault.
Yeah, no, not really.
It's like saying, oh, the Super Nintendo Classic or Nintendo whatever look super blurry on my big TV. It's like, well, yeah, because they were designed on these tiny little TVs.
Yeah. Honestly, I prefer it when, like, collections of 16-bit games, like, allow you to have the pixel mode, because I almost never turn on, like, the blurry CRT mode. I never like that visual effect when it's done in post effectively. I'd rather just see all of the nice pixels.
You have no idea the contortion I'm doing with my hand right now to boost, have the targeting computer up, and charge my ion cannon. Because I have to do R, Y, and B.
Oof, yeah, that's some finger pretzel gymnastics going on there in order to do all that. Because Y is probably the cannon.
No, Y is the targeting computer.
Oh, Y is targeting computer.
B is your secondary weapon.
And I'm guessing R is boost.
Yeah.
At that point. What's the mission for this one?
We're trying to get. Oop, I died. We're trying to get people out of the prison.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because this, like, covers a whole bunch of events from, like, a Wedge spin-off book and stuff, right?
Wedge spin-off books, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's check donations real quick. Oh, hey, we have $5 from Joey. Hey guys, hope the marathon's
Joey
going well.
Jojo McShabadoo.
I've been busy moving and settling into my new college house, so I haven't been able to catch much. Good luck on the rest of everything. Thank you, Joey. And if you're the Joey I'm thinking you are, happy birthday. So what does the thing, the cross on the top left do?
Huh?
The, like, occasionally, like, there'll be this D-pad looking thing.
Oh,
on the top left
that's to
corner.
tell your wingman what to do.
Oh, okay.
Like go after guns, go after TIE fighters, form up on you.
Oh, okay. I didn't. I guess, you know what? Considering that it's supposed to be about a rogue squadron, I suppose that makes sense.
They don't really do much of anything.
More or less helpful than your wingman in Star Fox.
Well, in Star Fox they literally don't do anything. So.
If you take out those guard towers, we can help you. Wedge, we're transmitting
Like, have people looked at the coding and seen that, like, yeah, they actually aren't shooting at anybody for Star Fox?
Something like that. Everything's just on a script in that game, so.
Yeah.
I was at like no health.
How do you
The Y-Wing sucks.
how do you replenish health in this game?
Automatically. Because you have a droid,
okay.
but if you lose your droid, you're kind of boned.
Is there, like, do you just have a chance of losing your droid randomly when you get hit, or?
I think so. I am really bad at this mission.
What difficulty are you playing on?
Normal.
Normal? Okay. Is there, like, an easy, normal, and hard? Or is there,
There's
like
like an ace mode.
Okay. Are there, like, extra missions you can unlock for doing really well, or do you just unlock all the missions?
You just kind of just by playing.
Just by playing? Okay.
And you get like one general repair per mission. I mean per life. The rest you kind of just have to wait for your droid to do. Ugh.
And I'm guessing most missions don't have a lot of good places where you can just kind of hide and.
Everything's kind of slightly on a timer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
One more to go.
Where's the last one? Oh, it's like right here.
Oh yeah, the Star Wars game that's coming out in a couple of months. I forget what it's called. Fallen Kingdom?
No.
No, wait, that's Jurassic Park. Hold on, I need to look up the Star Wars new game. Fallen Order, that's what it's called. Are you interested in that at all? Because it looks kind of neat.
It looks fairly basic.
Copy, Rogue Leader.
That's true, but it did also look like, I was kind of interested in it.
It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look like particularly good either. Is the thing.
It kind of looks
it's like the bar is so low with EA at this point. I don't want to give them credit just because they're not being shitheads about something.
That's true. Yes. At the same time, it looks kind of like what I wanted. What's that game? The one from 2008 or so.
The one with Star Killer.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, I ran into
Force
the wall.
Unleashed. That's it. It looked like what I kind of wanted Force Unleashed to be like from the beginning. So.
And I died, so we're just gonna move on.
Okay then.
Yeah, when you get a game over, it just boots you out to the main menu. It's really weird.
Yeah. I think you have until 6:30.
Yeah, the last levels can be very tiresome though. And then, to be honest, I hate the Y-wing. It's so damn slow.
Yeah. Yeah, you have until 6:30. So, if you're having trouble with the mission, there's no shame in just moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
IMO. So.
Well, that and I have to have the volume down, so I can't exactly hear what I'm supposed to be doing.
That's true.
It says to use the B-wing, but the B-wing sucks, and I don't like it. I'm going to play as the Naboo Starfighter.
It still baffles me that the old technology in Star Wars is like just genuinely better.
It's always better than the new one, yeah. I mean, for the Rebels, it makes a little bit of sense because they're a slapdash group of just nobodies who are just trying to scrounge around whatever they can get.
Yeah, but at the same time, you'd imagine, and I do like the idea that the Empire is trying to cut costs as much as possible, which is why their technology also sucks. But like for the Resistance and the sequel trilogy, I'm still wondering like,
why are they using X-wings?
Especially since it sort of seemed like they at least somewhat initiated the fight, or at the very least, like they have more
Spinning. That's a neat trick. Woo!
Now this is pod racing.
Awaiting your orders, Wedge. Attack the guns. You heard the man. Let's take care of those guns.
The scripted banter is so bad in this game.
Oh.
They're going after the frigate. We've got to protect the frigate at all costs.
Well, I mean, they were probably really happy that they were able to get Wedge's voice actor.
Oh,
and
Dennis Lawson.
They probably just didn't have money for anyone else.
Well, it's not like Dennis Lawson had anything else to do.
He could have been Wedge in a different Star Wars spinoff that week. I don't know. Has he done any other movies or anything like that?
I mean, I'm sure he has an IMDb. It's just like, does anyone know him of anything other than Wedge? Because that's what Star Wars does to you.
How do you spell his last name?
Lawson.
Lawson. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna take a quick. Oh, he's still acting, surprisingly.
Okay, now I have to go after the.
Okay, guys.
Let's see.
Copy that. Forming on your wing.
He was in a movie called The Wee Wee Man, as a character named Willie. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm looking at his
Go for the guns.
not his bibliography, but you know what I'm talking about.
You're looking at it. You're looking at his high school research paper.
Of course. How did you know? Oh, he's done like a lot of like theater. And stuff
Yeah,
like that.
that's what I imagine he did.
Yeah. So he's probably done. Oh, he's Ian McGregor's uncle.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Wow. Okay. So Obi-Wan's uncle is Wedge. I don't.
Well, another funny thing is I think Ewan's brother is actually in the British Air Force. As a result, his call sign is Obi-2.
That's amazing. Oh my god. Ian McGregor deserved better
Yeah, he
than
really
what the
did.
prequels gave him, because he actually, like, not only is he a good actor, but
He was the only one really trying.
that's also the other thing is like.
I mean, not to say no one else is trying. It's just you can tell there's a difference between. Okay, we realize this is shit. Let's.
Rogue group, this is the
I feel like Christensen was trying. He's just wasn't a good actor at that point.
Yeah.
But
Well, that and Anakin just had the worst shit.
Yeah, Anakin's dialogue is just a special flavor of bad in every movie. So he didn't really have a lot to work off of. But like, I never really got the impression that like Padme was trying all that hard. Samuel L. Jackson was just there for the paycheck. Although I feel like he's always just there for the paycheck.
Ever since the early '90s, yeah.
Like, he doesn't, like, I don't feel like he ever is really, well, no, I think he did take Captain Marvel relatively seriously, because I really love him in that. But every other movie in the Marvel stuff he does, he's just Samuel L. Jackson.
With an eye patch, yeah.
But the character's also just written to be Samuel L. Jackson with an eye patch, so.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's like, okay, you're getting away with it on that merit alone, I suppose. Apparently, I remember reading that one of the Disney Plus shows is going to bring back original white Nick Fury, which I think is probably going to be a terrible idea, but we'll see how that works out. But yeah, I hope that they give him something to do with that character outside of, because I do think that the prequels had stuff that could be salvaged from it. Although the chance for them to do that with like a spin-off movie is pretty much over, because they're probably not going to do another like a Star Wars story movie ever again. Because Solo made slightly less than the desired amount of money.
I know, right? Disney can't have a modest success.
Yeah.
Every movie has to make all of the money.
Yeah. Like, how dare it only make $500 million at the box office?
I know, it's like, how dare another studio make a movie that actually does better than ours for a month?
God. I hope that when our Disney overlords take over, we get complimentary citizen passes to Disney World. Like.
Nope, they're gonna charge 10 times more for that.
Oh, damn it! I mean, wow, how courteous of our masters to give us this opportunity. I'm so grateful.
Now let's hit that command deck. Okay, guys.
Ooh, geez, that just took off all of my health.
Oof. I'm in the bottom left. If it's flashing, that means you're low on health, right? Okay.
I tried to kamikaze because I was out of health.
Watch your fire.
Did it work?
No, I have had it work before.
Oh, because you kill the last thing before the mission technically ends, and so.
And I died.
Maybe you should get rid of the guns before you just try to blow up.
Well, once you blow up the Star Destroyer, the mission's over. So.
Okay.
That's basically a mission mission tutorial to try and beat a Star Destroyer.
I'm surprised that they were allowed to have straight up movie footage in this at all. Like it must have gotten.
Well, it's Lucasfilms. It's LucasArts,
Oh, yeah,
so they can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, if Lucas straight up owned the games company, then that makes a little bit more sense. But that's not happening ever again.
No.
No, because yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. So Ryan, I remember talking to Gareth about this on Twitter at one point. Do you think that now that Disney owns Fox, that they can put the Fox 20th Century fanfare in front of the Star Wars movies again?
I mean, it wasn't that big of a. It's not a big deal.
But it's like it just fits so well, you know. Like it's just, to me, that fanfare is almost as much a part of the Star Wars theme as the Star Wars theme is, you know. So I don't know. I hope they do it. They're probably not going to do it, but
because the Fox brand is dead.
Yeah,
they bought Fox specifically for brands that they wanted to exploit.
Yeah, I don't
fuck the studios and fuck the people working for them. We got to own Doctor Doom again.
I mean, Doctor Doom's pretty cool though.
You know what I mean though. They did that purely out of spite for Fantastic Four and X-Men.
Yeah. I'm still a little annoyed that they're just gonna straight up put the X-Men into the MCU though, because there's no way that they are gonna be able to introduce them and have it be satisfying.
Because now you have to explain what the hell were mutants the entire time.
You can't though, is the thing. You just straight up can't. Oh yeah, the X-Men were definitely fighting when the aliens invaded New York in secret. Ooh, it's like no, that's dumb. So they're probably gonna.
The Fantastic Four were definitely here the whole time. It just never did anything, even though.
Yeah, it's just like you can do the Fantastic Four a lot easier just because they only form after such and such happens. Like that makes a little bit more sense. X-Men, no, because you can't just retroactively have mutants be there. So I was just hoping that I honestly think that X-Men works better as its own separate universe anyway, because there's so many characters that it can basically be its own comic universe on its own. So, and it doesn't. I feel like most X-Men stuff doesn't really transfer to other like Marvel franchises all that well. Like you never see like many X-Men people dealing with like Daredevil or whatnot, you know, and you never see, you know, like many of like Luke Cage doesn't usually like run into random mutants or whatever, you know. So I always feel like X-Men's just better off if it's segregated, and then, which actually, you know what, that's considering the themes of X-Men. That was a terrible way to word that. I'm sorry.
You're not sorry.
No, not really. X-Men works better on its own rather than as part of the Marvel Universe as a whole, basically. So, I mean, I'd be okay with them rebooting X-Men because the X-Men movies for the past, like, 10 years have been terrible. But I also would have rather them taken a break from it because I feel like we've had enough X-Men for a good 5-10 years as well before they try again.
No, Disney has money to make.
Yeah.
You think we're gonna get low? You think we're gonna have Wolverine just sitting on the sidelines after we spent billions to get him? And fuck the rest of the X-Men.
To play Wolverine though, that's got to be one of the hardest casts.
Disney doesn't give it. Disney doesn't care.
Well, I know, but still, like the one thing that I think that I do appreciate is that although there's been like some debate, you know, there's been some debates about stuff like Force Unleashed and the quality of. Not Force Unleashed, that's the video game. Like there's been debates about like the quality of some MCU stuff and like the two Star Wars episodes 7 and 8, but you definitely can't. I don't think that it's fair to say that they're not trying to make a quality product at the very least. Like there's clearly a lot of effort put into making those movies the best that they can be. So I don't feel like they would just cast like the first person who came into the room for someone like Wolverine, especially when Hugh Jackman basically invented the role for the modern audience. Yeah. So that I'm really curious to see who they get for that, and if they can be any good, and also if they can cast a Fantastic Four worth a damn, because they like haven't ever. So you know, That would be nice, but it's probably not going to happen. Anyway.
Any new donations?
Yeah, I was just checking that right now, and we do. We have a $10 donation from Nick Yeager. Thank you very much. Are either of you going to play Leroy Smith when Tekken 7 Season 3 drops?
I don't play Tekken a lot.
Did
so.
you see the? Did you see?
I mean, yeah, I did.
trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't get Tekken Season 7 Season 2, or any of the DLC actually, because I haven't really had the time to play it because I enjoy Tekken. I'm just really bad at it. I would like to give it a shot again and like see if I can get into it a little bit more. And if I do, maybe. I don't know if I'd buy all the DLC though, because like I don't care about Negan or Vampire Girl or a couple of the other people. But I would like to get like Julia and Zafina. And the new character also looks cool. I am excited for
Leroy Jenkins.
The thing that has me the most excited for the Tekken stuff, though, is that they're putting in better tutorials and a better practice mode. So that's what I'm going to use. I already own the game, but I assume that stuff's just going to be part of the free update that they do.
I would imagine so. That'd be kind of scummy to make you charge for a practice room.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, what are we going to give these people who have likely already played the game a ton, who are going to be buying Season 2 of our DLC? We're going to give them the tutorial level. What? So yeah, so if that update like gets me into playing the game a little bit better and like I feel comfortable actually playing it, then I think I would buy some of the DLC. But I'm definitely not getting Negan from Tekken 7 because that's still, I think, one of the stupidest DLC picks in any video game that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Like,
it's there just to be weird.
Like, I think even Spawn in Soul Calibur 2 makes more sense because, like, he was still at least a little bit relevant at that point. Like, I don't know. I think the only person who wanted him there was Harad, now that I'm thinking about it. Catherine might actually know more about this than I do, because she actually follows some Tekken FCG, so... Wait, no, FGC, sorry. She follows some of the competitive community for Tekken, so she might know a little bit more about that kind of stuff than I would. Oh yeah, somebody makes a good point. It's sad when Noctis makes more sense than your character.
Yeah. I did not want the X-Wing, I want the Y-Wing.
Can you change your you change your ship at any point?
No,
this?
it's specific.
No?
It's specific. This whole mission's about changing your ships.
Okay. What happens if you come in with a specific ship then? Do you just lose it if you switch?
Yeah, you have to switch. You just lose it.
Okay. Are there any fighting games coming up that you are interested in, Ryan, or is it just like...
We'll see how the new Guilty Gear comes out.
When did they announce that?
Evo.
Evo? Oh, okay.
So hard to see under the water. Can't see shit.
Yeah, did you, you were the one who recorded Mortal Kombat 7, right? Not 7, 11, right?
No, that was King.
Did you play 11 at all?
I'm not a big Mortal Kombat guy.
I was just asked because I know you liked the Injustice games, which are the same, but...
I mean, they're fine. I play Injustice just for the character stuff.
Yeah,
to have fun. I don't play it seriously.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because from what I can tell, like I will say that the story modes in the NetherRealm stuff definitely are. Yeah, they're probably among the best story modes I've seen in a fighting game. Period. So, you know, I can definitely understand that.
Take out those walkers.
Do you think they'll make a 3 after they're done supporting MK11?
I have no idea.
Oh, did you? I know this is.
I changed to the Y-Wing early.
I know this is kind of a random question, but did you ever play the Mortal Kombat Cross DC Universe game that came out? Like
slightly.
8 or 9. Slightly, okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It's not.
It's okay.
It's clearly the basis of which the Mortal Kombat soft reboot is based on,
Oh, okay.
as far as gameplay goes.
Yeah, but I'm sure that the Injustice games are probably just better if you want a DC fighter.
Yeah.
I'm also guessing you probably couldn't do like fatalities and stuff like that.
No, you had brutalities.
I mean, I guess that I can understand why DC wouldn't want you ripping Batman's head off, but
Yeah.
at the same time, like, that would kind of be awesome. So it's just like, okay, Batman, they say that you can win any fight if you have enough prep time. And then just Scorpion just throws a dagger at his head and rips it off with a chain.
Yeah.
Rogue group, you've got to penetrate that hole.
Somebody asks, how would you feel if Freakazoid was the guest character for Injustice 3?
I would be totally okay with that.
It makes more sense than the Ninja
Yeah,
Turtles.
they say that's at least a Warner property.
Because it was like, I know there was like Ninja Turtles, like Freddy, I think was one of them.
No, it was Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
Oh yeah, Freddy was one of the Mortal Kombats.
Yeah.
Was,
That might as well just be a horror franchise at this point.
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Probably. Like, I feel like you could probably, like, if they were good to make a new horror Mortal Kombat movie, they could probably make it like a mix between a typical Kung Fu movie and horror, and it would actually work pretty well.
Probably.
Attack those walkers. I'm on it, Rogue Leader.
Are you? Are you really? Sorry, talking to the game.
Talking to the, is they saying to help you, Fox?
No, they're just saying like, we're on it, Rogue Leader. It's like, are you? Are you really?
Do you have a limited amount of bombs?
They slowly respawn.
Oh, okay.
We've got it. Hull penetrated.
Like, I'm guessing that's like the one thing about the Y-Wing is that they have the bombs.
Yeah.
That's the last of them, rogues.
And I blew up the hull.
Good job.
Yay. I
So,
forget
like-
I forget what I'm supposed to do now.
So, I'm thinking right now, if a Star Destroyer like actually landed on a planet, wouldn't that probably cause like an Ice Age inducing environmental effect, considering how big it is, and it doesn't look like too much of it burnt up in the atmosphere from what I can tell right now? Because those things are huge, and I think it's like
Yeah, I forget what I'm supposed to do. Because I blew up the hull.
well, I mean, the ship was already
Oh, I was
destroyed.
supposed to just fly over the open spot. Okay.
Why are we blowing it up even more when we?
Because we need to go into there and get intel and whatever, like hack their computers and stuff.
Ooh, okay. All right, hold on. I'm gonna be.
And those guys just popped out of existence
I'm hacking, Ryan. I got into your mainframe.
through the firewalls.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna have to jack into their Ethernet. Hold on a moment.
What?
I'm in.
Are you? Are you really?
No, I'm not. One thing that I need to do one day is just walk into a coffee shop and pull up that.
Oh boy,
internet
we
browser.
we have like one of the worst missions in the game.
Oh, the Imperial Academy heist. Oh,
Yeah.
I remember you were talking about this when we did the brain scratch run.
Yeah.
And how you have to fly the
Super
Emperor's
low.
ship, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
I think that was the one mission you gave up in during our playthrough, because it's like
Make sure you stay below their sensors.
not
Shuttle's
good.
ideally
Yeah.
on the Academy's northernmost platform. Do your best to avoid the Imperial threat. Land your speeder and steal the shuttle. Yes, sir. We'll maintain silence until you have the shuttle. Wedge, we gotta keep low.
Oh, is this the mission where they told you to fly lower as you were literally hitting the ground?
Yes.
Okay.
I do not remember the poppin' being so bad in this mission.
The fog is really thick, so it doesn't even seem like you can see what you're doing.
Not really, no. You kind of just have to.
You're flying too close to their sensors.
Am I?
They're gonna pick us up. Get down. They know we're here.
And I already lost.
Good job.
Yeah, this mission sucks.
You're towards the end of the game though now, right?
Sort of, yeah. We got about 50 minutes left.
Okay.
Any new donations?
Nope, not yet.
This is Crick's matey.
Hold on, let me. I checked like a minute ago, but I'll refresh anyway. Yeah, no, nothing yet. I should remind you guys that today's Monday, so
You're flying too close
we
to the
do
sensors.
have a couple of things ending tomorrow. Just so you know, Magical Tetris ends tomorrow, I believe. Okay. Yeah, Magical Tetris ends tomorrow, and Tony Hawk ends Wednesday. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is still losing.
I apparently lost.
Let's see. Nobody's voted for Raph or Mikey in the Team NT4 bid war. Yeah,
it's just Leo and Donnie.
Yeah.
Wedge,
Leo
this is
because
Crick's
Gareth
matey.
doesn't like Leo, and Donnie because Gareth likes Donnie. Like, I wouldn't also be surprised if Gareth was the only person who had put the money towards Donatello as well. You can also, if you donate at least $50, you can put your money towards having Gareth play pretty much any game you want during the chat pick block blah. So yeah, and New Hope and Return of the Jedi don't have any money towards them in the Lego Star Wars bid war. And Attack of the Clones right now is winning by 1 cent. So if someone would donate to any other movie and have Attack of the Clones not be winning by 1 cent, I would appreciate that, because I do not want to have to play through anything resembling Attack of the Clones. Thank you very much.
Wedge, we gotta keep low.
I'm trying to keep low, you dingus.
I'm also surprised that fog can, in the Star Wars universe, can obscure a ship well enough that they can't tell it. Like, they don't have, like,
Wedge, what do you make of this
metal,
outpost?
anything that can detect metal or whatever, or
Looks
heat.
unoccupied.
I think it's more that you're just moving too fast.
A TIE fighter could be useful. It only holds one pilot. You'd have to stay behind and take care of the speeder. They're gonna pick us up. Get down. The
Are there
Empire
any
knows we're
checkpoints in
here.
this level at all?
Oh, they spotted me because the game just decided to have a wall there.
How many tries do you have when you fail a mission?
You don't.
You don't? Okay.
It's just game over.
Wedge,
Yeah, this mission is terrible. You really have to be listening to what's going on.
Joey133 in chat asks, why don't you just get out and walk?
I mean, that would make sense. Just get as close as you can, and then just have them hike.
That would probably be the safer way to do it, because they did all of the, like, the hacking of the the Emperor's ship is, like, done off screen, isn't it?
More
Like, you
or
just
less.
get to it and then you cut to where you're in the ship already, if I remember correctly. So it seems like it would be much easier just to, get off and hike. Actually, now that I think about it, that's what they do in
Wedge, we gotta keep low.
in Force
You're
Awakens,
flying too
is once
close
they
to the
get onto the
sensors.
planet, they don't bother trying to fly any closer. They just walk the rest of the way. Oh yeah, Ryan, also chat says that you gotta keep low.
Shut up.
I've got some trouble here.
Oh, but now according to the game, it's okay that they see me.
Yeah, because they saw you. If they saw you 5 seconds ago, that would have been terrible. But
Now it's
okay
okay.
now. I also feel like it would have been easier to just steal an Imperial ship somewhere else, and then try to sneak in that way. I don't know.
I think it's specifically because this one technically belongs to the Empire stuff. Like the Emperor specifically.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it probably would be harder to get in.
Can't see shit.
You see, now this looks a lot more like the PS1 version of this game. with all the
Yeah.
fog.
You mean kryptonite?
I can't do the stupid Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
thing.
I can sometimes do the R roll, sometimes I can't.
Yeah.
Kryptonite. Kryptonite.
Oh god, that
And I
movie is. Oh god, that movie is really boring. I remember they tried to make it a really big deal that Lois smokes now. Ooh. Okay. All right, movie.
Can't see shit. Trying to do
You were
this with the
also
really.
right in the spotlight, and nothing happened.
Yeah. Well, they already know I'm here. Oh, I died because I ran into the thing. Even though I wasn't trying to, because I can't see shit. And zoom. It is super hard to tell what you're doing.
Oh yeah, I couldn't even tell that you were technically trying to knock down an AT-AT
Yeah.
at this point.
But I did.
What if we flew so low we went under the planet?
Genius.
You could probably be literally like driving a car and they'd say fly lower.
I mean, that's why we had John do that animation.
Remember when John had time to do animations?
Remember when John had time to actually record anything for BSC?
John recorded things for BSC.
He used to.
Remember when John said he was going to do Kingdom Hearts?
Remember when John said he was going to do Maverick Hunter X for the 10th anniversary?
Remember when John wouldn't invite me to his birthday party? I mean, what?
Remember when John said he was going to do that Generation 2 animation?
I feel bad because I know John really loves animating, but it's just not a economically feasible thing for him to do, considering how much time it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Incoming fighters. Here they come.
And I blew up again because I can't see shit. And I'm going to move on.
Okay. I don't think anybody will blame me for that.
There's a reason I skipped the last half of that mission.
Yep. Yeah, so, yeah.
What's
Can
Chad
you
got
fly
to say?
I don't think anybody is upset, so...
Yeah.
They're just asking hypothetical questions about, remember when John blank, 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 blank. Oh yeah, remember when John promised to review Dragon Quest V? Yeah, he said he was going to do it by the end of 2017.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Oh yeah, remember when we were going to finish Harmony of Despair? Yeah, that's not happening.
Nope.
Rogue group. We need to secure those gas storage
Yeah.
platforms
Can
at
you
all
play
costs.
as the Emperor's ship, like, and unlock it for other levels?
Then our transports
I
will
mean,
move in and take
I don't
gas.
think so.
We copy, Rogue
I don't know why you would.
I-
It's literally the worst ship.
I don't know. There are people who try to get through Sonic games without pressing the right button. All right, people will do anything.
I mean, I know someone would, but that's not the point.
You gotta do that challenge mode run, Ryan. Can you beat Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 without shooting?
No, you can't.
Copy, pick up those fighters. Copy that, boys.
literally, the point of the game is to shoot everything.
One of my favorite ones is can you beat Dead Rising without killing any zombies? Because you literally just, not only do you have to like walk over everything, you keep on jumping on all of the zombies' heads over and over
Yeah.
again. But you also have to just grind a bunch of chainsaws and give them to all the really stupid AI people, and then have them murder them.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, but they're so dumb that they'll more often than not murder each other before they murder enough zombies for you to get.
Yeah.
God.
This mission's really weird because they tag the wrong thing for
Oh,
you to
crap.
shoot.
Oh,
Because they
God.
want you to destroy like the guns on the platforms, which is okay, fair enough. But the fastest way to do that is to blow up the balloon itself.
Oh wow. Oh, I remember you mentioned something like that in the playthrough as well.
Yeah. So it's like it's technically right, but it's also kind of not.
fighters. Copy that, boss. We're going after the fighter.
Going after the fighters. Or you could be like me and just take the platforms out now.
Do you think Lando's okay with us like destroying major parts of his city?
I don't care.
Yeah, but what if he challenges you to a dance-off then?
Now I just have no chance. I'm a nerdy white guy. He's a cool black guy. And it got shut down super early, so I'll try that again.
Yeah. Oh, God. We need to make John play that enough to unlock Empire today.
You mean 1-800-588 Empire today?
That I'm so glad I wasn't the only person who thought of that. I was thinking about bringing it up in the chat, but I wasn't sure if it was like a local brand.
Okay, I want a version of that little CG outro where it's like a bunch of stormtroopers, Darth Vader, and the Empire, and the Emperor is just like the main guy putting down the floor.
Empire 588.
2-300 Empire today.
Lord Vader, have you brought in the laminate as requested?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, sir.
Awaiting your orders, Wedge.
Help me take out those fighters.
Oh God, I'm just imagining,
Here is the Swiss Army knife you requested.
like I'm just imagining like Vader and Palpatine like just doing the like, you know, because they brutally murder her freaking Windu in his office, you know, and it's just like they're just like, okay, we're gonna need to get the carpet replaced. Do you know a guy, Vader?
Do I?
Can you use the Force to lift the bloodstains out of the carpet?
I mean, I don't see why you couldn't.
You see, these are the important questions. Like, does Yoda brush his teeth, or does he just like use the Force to like get the germs off of it?
We've got to stop them.
Somebody said that's water bending. Well, the Force is everything bending.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess there's nothing technically stopping you from using the Force on like air. And
I mean, Avatar also goes into the fact that water and air bending are basically the most powerful. If you just want to be straight up deadly about it.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's a good point.
Because blood bending and in season 3 of Korra, the bad guy uses air bending to just basically stop all the oxygen from flowing into the queen so she can't breathe.
Did they like repopulate the air benders or whatever?
Some just started magically appearing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but it's just like, I know they made the fire guys the bad guys because like fire's the scariest one out of all of them. But all things
Also imperialist Japan.
But like, if we're talking practical in terms of just practical everyday use, probably air or water would be like. I mean, I guess there's always earth everywhere you go, but
Earth
like,
is only good for just smacking things with rocks.
You'd also like break your house if you tried to use it. So
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of trying to break my own house.
Yeah, Earth is just the least useful. I mean, I guess if you're working construction, you could make a lot of use out of that, but
Awaiting your orders, Wedge.
Help me take out those fighters.
Copy that, boss. We're going after
All right, let me refresh donations. Ooh, okay, we do have a new donation.
Yeah.
$5 from Smellbringer. Thank you very much. Fuck Attack of the Clones. That movie blows. Put this towards A New Hope. Also, Lando is in this game, and he sounds so bad. Can't wait to Endor.
yeah.
Remember when John was going to do a Kirby marathon? Don't. Every time you mention it, he adds another 6 months to the waiting period.
Yeah, he's like Gabe Newell.
Or so many people have asked for Half-Life 3 that it won't come until the Earth is swallowed by the sun.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so he put... Wow, he was the first person to donate to A New Hope. I'm surprised by
Wow.
that. Yeah, so the only Star Wars movie not bid for on the Lego Star Wars bid war is Return of the Jedi. Let's keep it that way. Because I don't think anybody wants to play as an Ewok. Because I'm pretty sure there's like just an
I,
entire.
I want to hear. I want to hear you go wub wub.
Oh God. You know what? You can say a lot of things about the special editions, and you'll be right. But at least this episode 6 ending music is like good.
Yeah.
Like the special edition episode 6 ending themes is one of my favorite tracks in the Star Wars series, bar none. Like it's just like actually, and Nub made me want to cry when I discovered that that's how the series actually ended at one point. So, yeah. Did you ever watch the Ewoks TV show?
No.
Okay, good.
I think that was before my time.
I know, but like Ewoks. I haven't watched. Like, I'm trying to think of the other Star Wars things. Have you watched Christmas Special? Just for
Yes.
laughs?
Yes.
You did? Oh, okay. It's not worth it, right?
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, sort of, because you get B. Arthur and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I just. From everything I've seen, it just doesn't seem like it's worth watching, even just for like memes. Or
I mean, it kind of is.
I'm trying to think of the other major Star Wars. Did they announce any Star Wars shows when they were talking about stuff that was going to be on Disney Plus?
Yeah, the Mandalorian.
Okay, what was that like supposed to be about?
I have no idea.
Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna go for. I think I'm probably actually gonna pass on Disney Plus, though, unless if like my parents get it and they let me mooch off their subscription.
Fake Marvel fan.
I mean,
Don't you know you're not a true MCU fan if you don't watch every show like multiple times?
honestly, I'm really bad about the Netflix stuff. I still haven't. I stopped watching after like. I think Daredevil season 2 came out after Jessica Jones.
I believe
Yeah, it
so.
did. Yeah, it did. I stopped watching after Daredevil season 2. Like, I haven't watched Luke Cage. I haven't watched Defenders. I'm just never gonna watch Iron Fist, which is a shame because I actually really enjoy Iron Fist as a character in the comics. But everything I've seen about that,
Fake MCU fan.
I'm such
we got
a
about
fake
half.
MCU.
We got half an hour left, so I better do the last 2 missions.
Okay. Yeah, I am such a fake MCU fan. Man, I only saw Thor to the Dark World in theaters once. Man. Like, what a poser.
We got to get Disney that record. Got to go see Endgame like 7 times.
Like, I mean, on one hand, I'm glad that Endgame is beating out Avatar just because Avatar is just not a good enough movie to kind of deserve to be the best-selling movie of all time. But at the same time...
You're not adjusting for inflation, so it's a hollow title to begin with.
Also, Disney owns both movies, so...
Yeah, so what difference does it make?
It's like, yeah, I don't know.
Also, again, if you're not adjusting for inflation, then your title is hollow because eventually it's going to get beat by something just by nature of the dollar going up.
Yeah, so it's, God. Yeah. I mean, I saw Endgame, I saw Endgame 3 times in theaters, which is the more I've seen any other movie. But that was mostly just because it was just like, I went with some friends the first time, and then other friends said they wanted to go, and I was like, sure, and then my family said they wanted to go, and then when my family said they wanted to go, they said, I'll pay for your ticket, and I'm like, sure, then I'll definitely go. But it's like, I'm not really too invested in how well movies perform, unless if it's a matter of, did they do enough to make their money back, or did they do well enough to be considered successful, basically. Like, the Spider-Verse thing stings for me, because that movie is good enough that it deserves to be considered.
It's the best Spider-Man movie.
I think it's arguably the best superhero movie, period. Like, I think it's up there. That movie's so good. I think this is like the 5th Spider-Verse tangent we've had in the charity stream so far. Wow.
Yeah.
So that movie, that's just such a good movie. Damn.
And a TIE fighter flew right into me.
We have another $5 donation from Shadow MW8. Ted, what was the thing John was supposed to do with you that he mentions in his Pokemon reviews?
The Gen 2 animation.
Yeah, so right after John did the original Gen 2 review, so this was back in like 2011 or 12, yeah. He was planning on doing an anime. This was back when John animated more frequently. He was just going to have us animate a Pokemon battle with, like typical, like some slapstick humor and like jokes about like the laws, like the rules of Pokemon and whatnot. And it was just supposed to be like a fun little thing. But unfortunately, it just we kept on getting distracted and never like finished it pretty much. And it would have been a lot of work for John to, I don't know how much work John actually did on it. I know we met and talked about like a script at least once or twice, but we never really did much more than that. So I doubt it will ever be like a real thing, which is, I suppose, a little bit disappointing, but it's just kind of one of those things that projects get left behind sometimes, and it's a shame, but it's just kind of what happens. So yeah, but it would have been nice to be able to get that done, but it is what it is.
We've got to take out those bombers.
I think he mentioned that I would have won. I think John, the script he had Johnny in, actually. So, because I don't usually win anything, so Okay. Just so everybody knows, we're at our total right now is at $5,255. So we're a third of the way to our total $15,000 goal when we start unlocking more incentive games. At $15,000, we unlock John playing Pepsi Man, and I'm sure you guys want to watch that. So
get to it.
Yeah. I think the incentive games start. Hold on, I have the schedule. Incentive games I think start a week from today.
They start on Saturday.
They
or
start
Sunday.
On Saturday?
Or Sunday, I forget which one.
No, they start a week from today, Monday the 19th. So I don't know when we're like gonna officially cut that off. I would assume during Superman 64. So yeah, so we have about a week to get up to $15,000, which I think we can definitely do if we're a third of the way there after 2-3 days. So yeah, thank you so much for your generosity, everybody who's donated so far. And if you don't feel like you can donate because of your current financial situation, reaching out to people is just as helpful. Whether it be like if you adding people on Twitter and asking them to retweet the stream or whatnot, or any way you can think of to promote the stream does genuinely help. So thank you everybody who's been supporting the event so far. It means a lot, especially considering that we weren't able to do an event really at all. We weren't able to do a full scale event last year. We were able to do Sonic Zeros, but that was a one-day affair as opposed to like a week-long one. So I think a lot of people are really happy that it's been going as well as it has, even though we had to take a break between years.
Okay, so restarting the Battle of Endor, turn right around. The Star Destroyers are already there.
We've got to be able to get some on that shield, up or down.
We also, just so you know, have next year's event theme already planned, and I'm sure that you guys are going to like it. So I hope that you guys are looking forward to that. But it's super secret, and I'm not going to tell you.
Secret. Let's get your guesses in the chat.
It's a Dragon Quest marathon. I'm going to play every single game in the series all in a row.
Even like the 70-hour ones.
Yeah, all in a row.
All in a row.
At the same time. And then I'll tie down Gareth and make him say that Dragon Quest is a good series because he makes fun of it without having even played it.
Gareth just takes the position of whoever he's trying to piss off at the time. He doesn't hold any actual beliefs.
So he's the South Park people. Okay.
Yes.
Too many of them.
You know what? I actually don't know what Gareth thinks of the sequel movies. Now that I think about it, because I know I've heard him talk about like.
He'll probably ask what you think about him first, and then just do the opposite.
Yeah. You were, if I remember, we did do a discussion on
8.
On 8, and you weren't a huge fan of it, if I remember
I think only a
correctly.
third of it is a good movie.
What third of that is
The Luke, Ray, Ben stuff.
Okay. You know,
Lo-
that's actually interesting, because I know a lot of people actually do not like that part, because they think that...
And I know people like say, oh, it's the journey, not the destination. Okay, no, if you put Finn and Rose and just keep them on the ship playing Tiddlywinks, literally nothing about the plot changes.
Yeah, basically. Like, I get...
It's like, not everything needs to go somewhere, but it needs to have some kind of weight.
Yeah, I hope that they resolve some of that in the next movie.
Yeah.
Like, I hope that, like, the guy who betrays them...
Yeah.
I don't think they even give him a name, or at least we never really hear it.
Yeah.
Like, I hope he comes back in some capacity,
And-
because otherwise that whole sequence pretty much is a waste of time.
Yeah.
I get it's there for
Finn and Rose to do something, but...
it also does have some thematic elements to it, but
Well, it tries to.
yeah, like, I mean, I do agree that that is probably the weakest part of that movie. Like, I'm not gonna deny there, but I like the Luke, Ben, and Rey stuff. I like the ending too. I also know that that's controversial as well, but you know, I also feel like I have relatively low expectations for Star Wars because I've never been a mega fan to begin with. So, you know. You were part of the Force Awakens is just okay crowd, if I remember correctly, too.
It's harping too much on A New Hope.
Yeah.
Which for the time was fine because they're coming off the prequels, which all kind of suck in their own way.
Yeah.
So doing something safe made sense at the time, but when you go back to it, you're just kind of like, wow, this is literally just A New Hope.
Yeah. You know, I think the best thing this sequel trilogy has done is probably just the characters, because
I'm not a fan of Rey.
I like Rey enough.
I hate to use the term, but she straddles the line between Mary Sue a lot.
I'm surprised.
Last Jedi gives her a bit more to do. In Force Awakens, she was almost a Mary Sue. She's strong with the Force, and she can follow the ship with no problems, and she can do this, and she can do that. It's like, does she have any flaws other than she wants to know who her parents are, which, in context of that movie, doesn't matter at all.
I hope that they don't bring up the parents like at all in 9.
Who knows?
I know, but like people have, like, I've seen like articles and stuff being like J.J. Abrams says we'll learn what Rey's parents really do in Rise of Skywalker, and I'm like, no, because like that's the whole point of her character is that
she's a nobody.
It doesn't matter what her parents were. So yeah, so I hope they definitely do that. I'm actually surprised at how much I ended up liking Ben Kylo Ren after Last Jedi, because I came out of Force Awakens not really caring for him all that much, but they made him. I thought that they did a good job at fleshing him out in Last Jedi, so I appreciated that. I've always liked Finn. I mean, I know that some people don't like that he's the comic relief character.
I find him absurdly boring because he doesn't do anything of actual value.
He gets them, like, I mean, he does stuff. His stuff's just lower key than a lot of the other things. Like, he gets them onto the, like, it's his plan that gets them onto the Starkiller base in 7. Like, he's at least trying to be an active, I know that this is just another thing about Last Jedi, where, you know, like, Rose and Finn subplot doesn't end up really going anywhere. But he's a relatively active participant in those events while they're going on.
He had to be dragged kicking and screaming into that, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, he also wasn't just running, like, I mean, his plan was to go run and find Rey and make sure she was okay as well. So, like, it wasn't like he was just trying to run away and do nothing, you know. He had a plan before he got caught up in other stuff. And it's also consistent. I think that's also relatively consistent with his character too, because he does grow a little bit through the events of Force Awakens, but he also still, I think it's his natural instinct to try to go somewhere safe because he's just done with all that crap. So I don't know. I like that one thing I do appreciate though is that even though people disagree about the sequels a lot, there's more to discuss with them that's like involves like interesting conversation when you have two differing opinions, whereas like with the prequels it's just like, this is written bad, yep, and then everybody just agrees, and it's just, they're not interesting movies to dissect because everybody knows what's wrong with them.
Yeah.
I guess, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas the sequels do a lot right, but they also have a lot of stuff that, you know, people are split on, which makes them very interesting movies to discuss with others, which I appreciate just as somebody who likes dialogue. So as long as you're not being an asshole about it, which I suppose is the invisible asterisk for every conversation, but you know.
Yeah.
We need to keep the fighters from home one.
Is this the second Death Star?
Yeah.
Right?
Battle of Endor.
Okay. Is this split into two separate missions?
Yeah.
In this one? Okay. Because we've got 20 minutes left until.
Yeah,
we
I
do our
will try to
next-
do. I'll try to do what I can. If I die, which I probably will,
We're getting pretty beat up.
we'll
How much longer,
just
Goldie?
do the last mission for what I can. I doubt I'll actually succeed because it's stupid hard.
Yeah. Coming up next, just so everybody knows, Caro is playing John Cena's Sexy High School Adventure, which is a visual novel game where you get to date like 16 different versions of John Cena. So that should be fun. You should donate for which John Cena Caro should date.
John Cena.
Yeah, but there's like a bunch of different versions. Like the
Yeah,
teachers like Mr. Cena and Jimmy Cena, I think is one of them. So, oh no, wait, it's Johnny Cena. Sorry. Oh yeah, so the footage played on screen is just going to be black when she starts.
We've got to buy on
I've
more
also like
time.
watched maybe a collective total of 30 minutes of wrestling, so I still don't get.
It's
Most of the
it's
John
it's
Cena movies.
it's redneck anime.
I get that. I get what it is, but a lot of the memes still just kind of fly over my head. Unless
And I
if
got a
they're
game
just-
over, so I'll try to do the final mission.
Okay. Like, unless if it's just pictures of them making silly faces, like, I don't get it. Like, I know that there's the one guy that everybody hates and boos all the time, but I don't get what makes that guy way worse than all the other guys that look pretty much exactly like him,
Yeah.
that are just buff guys with longish hair and weird clothes. But,
I
you know,
apparently have a silver medal on this last mission. I don't know how.
it's maybe it was one of those things.
I probably just had like one really good run.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it's like with a lot of these like really hard games. It's just like, how did I ever beat this? It's just like you got lucky that one time, and then just happened to do it.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I can remember when I was recording the SA2 redo for Brain Scratch. That was it's always Security Hall as Rouge. The first time when I was playing that as a kid, like that mission I think is one of the harder ones in the game for Rouge.
Yeah.
And I lost a whole bunch of the time. The first time I ever beat it as a kid, I got the A rank, and I was just astounded. It was just like, what? How? But I think the thing is that as long as you don't die, getting the A rank is pretty easy in that stage. So I just restarted because I didn't know where the emeralds were the first time I tried, and then just happened to get lucky with a good selection. And then
Unfortunately, that's a lot of the harder missions in that game. You just kind of got to get lucky where the whatever it is.
The hard
spawns.
mode is actually easier to A rank than the
Because
normal
it's
mode.
all a set location.
Yeah, so you can just memorize where they are and head straight towards them.
Yeah.
Whereas you have to get a little bit, you have to have like a good route to fly through to know where the emeralds are in the normal version of most of the levels. I mean, I've never tried to A rank all the missions in SA2. I don't have that kind of patience anymore, or I don't think I've ever had that kind of patience, to be perfectly honest. So I'll probably never bother.
God damn it, game.
Do you get to control the Millennium Falcon for the final?
You can if you want. And I didn't get a chance to protect the Millennium Falcon because they died like immediately when I respond.
Watch yourself, Lando. TIE fighters at point 06. Cover me, Wick.
What's the name?
Cover you? Who's covering me?
What's the name of the alien guy that's in the ship with Lando?
I'm sure the species has a name. I don't know it.
Because I hate that guy. And I was actually very upset that he survived into the sequel movies and is still around. Because, like, his design just weirds me the hell out.
They killed Admiral Akbar off screen.
I know, they kill Admiral Akbar off screen, but that guy gets to survive. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever, Star Wars. Do we ever get, like, an official, like, Jar Jar...
Where
like,
he is? No.
Status update? Like, what's he doing? Did he die? You know?
No, I don't think we do. I think that's going to be one of the few mysteries linking around just because of how infamous it is.
Yeah. Oh, apparently they killed him on screen.
Oh.
It was probably just one of those blink and you miss it kind of.
Well, I know it was part of that explosion that sent Leia into space, but you know what I mean. We didn't really see anything with him.
Yeah, that's true. Like, he didn't really do much in...
Yeah.
I think he had, like, maybe 2 or 3 lines in Force Awakens as well. Like,
Yeah.
he was just there because, oh, Admiral Akbar was there.
Yeah. Okay, I got past the first ridiculously hard part.
Now lock onto the strongest power source. It should be the power generator.
So now you have to, like, go
Careful,
through
Wick. We
the,
can run out of room
like,
real
the
fast.
Death Star tunnels and whatnot.
Yeah.
Is this mission shorter than some of the other ones, at least? Because it's more straightforward?
Sorta, yeah.
Okay. I do actually remember the Lego Star Wars version of this mission was actually pretty cool. Imagine, though, if, like, Lando was just slightly better at piloting and was able to blow up the Death Star, like, 15 minutes faster. And then, like, Luke and the Emperor and Vader are just still in the middle of their
Fly
dramatic
back to
dialogue.
back. Yeah.
And then they just blow up immediately.
No, Luke accomplishes nothing while on the Death Star. He's basically just a glorified distraction.
It's just like, oh, yeah. Was his plan was to get kidnapped too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was
Well,
just
because Vader and the Emperor could feel him, and if they found him, they would surely find the other rebels.
yeah. So he's just there to, like, I don't know.
Just to distract Vader and the Emperor, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. You think? I honestly think that if the Emperor was smart, he probably would have just straight up killed Luke.
No, he wants a younger apprentice. And all this
I
other
mean,
crap.
I'm sure you can find other Force kids. Like, I'm surprised you don't have your own.
But the Skywalkers are the strongest.
Activate on the North Tower.
Because Anakin's the chosen one.
Well, apparently they're not, because some rando girl from...
It's just better than every other Force user, apparently, with no training.
Well, I do like that she's not inherently, I guess, like, she just doesn't know what the hell she's doing, I guess.
She picks it up way too quickly.
Like, I don't really know how I'm trying to word what I'm trying to say. Like, she doesn't really care about their rules, I guess is the thing.
Well, neither
So
does Luke, really.
Yeah, but like, I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. Like, she doesn't even really think twice about, like, using the psychic, like, talkie link with Ben and whatnot. And she.
Well, because she's just putting herself in danger just because she's emo about her parents.
Yeah, but it's just she's
This
not
part
as
sucks.
She's not as thoughtful as Luke, I guess, is maybe the better way to put it. So she's more likely to make bad decisions.
Yeah, and I died.
Well, looks like the Empire won, everybody.
Or something akin to that. We
Gotta
still have about...
join the Empire today. Come
The
and join
Empire today. Let me see. Where's the car cheat?
Cut across the Death Star's surface.
Unlock the car. Okay, I can...
Well, you still have 10 minutes if you want to.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Well, I need to get. I want to unlock the car.
You're gonna try it as the car then. Awesome.
I think I have to go back to the title screen. Yeah, I do.
All right. Let me check for donations. Nothing yet. Seriously though, donate to make Caro date the different John Cenas. Let me look up the different John Cenas that you can hook up with. All right.
And then... I'm assuming this is right.
Okay, so there's a bully John Cena called Johnny. All right, let's see. There's Fuko-san. Okay, he's like, it's John Cena, but with an MS Paint, like, collared shirt and a pocket protector. All right. Mr. Cena is John Cena, but with glasses and a shirt and tie. Okay.
Okay, let's see if I can... No, I cannot use the...
One thing I love is that everyone's sprite is just the same picture of John Cena with his hands in the air, but with just different MS Paint edits to it.
I think I can use the car in the final mission. Yep, there it is.
Noise. Such a random
Oh,
thing.
nope, it won't let me. I have to choose a different mission.
Oh, lame.
Sure, we'll try the Battle of Endor again and see if that lets me use the car.
It kind of sucks that you can't just, after you beat a mission at the very least, use whatever car you want. Not car.
Ship.
Spaceship. Death sticks. Get
car.
your death sticks here.
You want to go home and rethink your life?
And I'm good. Death sticks. Get your death sticks here.
Death sticks! Get your death sticks here! Fry cook gay games.
Admiral, we're in position.
You don't want to sell me death sticks. I don't want to sell you.
I'm a car in space.
Lightning McQueen, everybody. Lightning McQueen.
I even have
destroys the
I even have a bobblehead.
How could they be jamming us if they don't know we're coming? Break off the attack.
We
Oh crap, pull up.
It's okay.
Interceptors coming in.
Therapist, Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen in Star Wars isn't here. Real. He can't hurt
you. Lightning McQueen in Star Wars.
That can happen now. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That can happen now. Kingdom Hearts 4 should have a Cars level and a Star Wars level so that you can do a Lightning McQueen summon where you're fighting Darth Vader. Oh god.
They're heading for the medical.
Kingdom Hearts is stupid.
Kingdom Hearts is very stupid, which is, I guess,
They,
why
they,
people
they,
like
they,
it.
they forgot that it was supposed to be a Final Fantasy Disney thing. And then they just forgot to add the Final Fantasy in 3.
You know, I'm honestly surprised that they haven't ever tried to cross Dragon Quest and Disney, because I feel like the brands mesh a little bit better than Final Fantasy, especially the newer ones.
Dragon Quest doesn't sell outside of Japan, though, is the thing.
Yeah, that's true, but at least for the Disney, at least for the Japan people, it's not like Square has ever held off from
Well, it's,
releasing stuff just in Japan before.
it's this the Disney thing is the problem. They don't care if it sells only in Japan. They
Yeah, I guess that's true.
they want all the money.
They want all the. They don't just want the Japanese money. They
No,
want
all the
American-
money. Yeah.
American money as well. That's
Because
true.
the Japanese will already buy Disney stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody will buy Disney stuff because there are benevolent
Anyone back
overlords.
there?
You know.
Eh, I don't know about benevolent. That was
Like,
my
I mean, honestly, considering the state of our world right now and the state of our different governments, Disney is sadly not the worst thing that could be running our life right now.
Yeah.
It says more to the pathetic state of our world than it does to the benevolence or lack thereof of the Walt Disney Corporation. But it's just, you know, kind of one of those things that's sad but true.
Yeah. What time is it? We
It
got
is
about
6:25.
we got about 5
plenty
minutes.
We got plenty of.
Can you check the Discord to see how Karo's doing?
She says her setup is done.
All right. We'll go for another minute or two and then we'll close it down. Do we
Yeah.
have any last donations?
Let me take a look. Let's take a look at the screen. Yes, we do.
Huzzah.
We have a $5 donation from Zero J. Thank you very much. Chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang.
Chitty chitty
Yeah, I
bang
don't-
bang, I love you.
Yeah, I don't know the song, but put this money towards.
I haven't watched that movie in over.
Leo.
I haven't seen that movie in over 20 years.
I haven't seen that movie at all, but I know the song. Okay, so $5 towards Leonardo, which means that Leonardo is now winning the TMNT4 bid war
Nice.
with $1.01 over Donatello. So if you
Anything
want,
anything to piss off Gareth and John, because I know John doesn't like Leo either.
like Leo the turtle, or
Yeah.
just playing as Leo?
Orders, Red Leader.
Because I don't know what John thinks of the turtles like as a show or a property. I feel like it's one of those things he doesn't care too much about.
Yeah.
Somebody vote for Mikey though, because he's just objectively the best one.
Eh,
Not gonna last very long.
He's objectively my favorite one.
there you go.
Which means he's the best one. Wait, what? Did I say that out loud? Oops. Did I do that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Orders, Red Leader.
That's another show. Not entirely before your time, but
They played a lot of like the 90s stuff on reruns a lot, like on Nick
Yeah.
and Nick and stuff like that. Because Full House was on a lot, even up through like the mid 2000s. Fresh Prince was still on a good bit. Like I remember watching some of that. Family Matters, I think, was probably the one I saw the least.
it was the least interesting one.
We must hurry.
Yeah, I mean, granted,
Orders, Red Leader. One more to
yeah,
go.
because I feel like even Fresh Prince kind of did more with like black issues, for
Yeah.
lack of a better word, than Family Matters really did.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I don't know if this is like the same family, but Saved by the Bell is like legitimately a terrible show.
Yeah.
So don't watch that one, please. I think Fresh Prince probably is the best show out of all of them, but
Yeah.
the best theme song is definitely the Full House theme song.
Eh,
I said closer.
Well,
I'm not a
okay,
fan.
As you can, and engage
I
those
mean,
Star Destroyers at
everywhere you
Also, when you boost in the car, the top goes down.
okay, you're dead now,
We'll last long
but
enough
you know,
to
sure.
against that Death Star.
And then you find it's Sonic driving it,
Them with us.
so he can
What?
breathe. He can breathe in space.
Fire on the Star Destroyer's shield generators. This is Red
Sonic
Leader.
is Batman is droid. Then at that point,
Orders,
Yeah.
Red Leader.
like I just like the idea of just like Sonic driving a Star Wars car, and then you just see Batman's head popping out, and then he's just like going. Beep, 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 beep. Oh yeah, Batman, you gotta fix that reflector dish.
He just whacks it with the battering a few times, and it's
It would
fixed.
probably- Honestly, considering that it's Batman, depending on the writer, that would work. Which is sad. It's just like, depending on how many levels of Bat God the writer wants him to be on, he could probably do it just by doing that. Alright.
Hurry up and take
Alright,
out
let me
those
refresh
generators.
donations one last time. Alright, yep. So anyway, are you close to finishing this mission?
Somewhat.
Okay, we'll let you finish the mission.
Yeah. If I die or finish the mission.
Yeah. Yeah. What other is this the last game you're playing for the marathon?
No,
Oh, wait,
I've Jump Force and TMNT.
You have Jump Force and TMNT. Well, we have to reach the threshold for TMNT, but
Yeah.
yeah. So when is Jump Force again? That's like
Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, so it'll be.
I have
good
a
bit
pretty
before
long break.
Ryan- yeah, it'll be a good bit before Ryan plays another game. Although I'm sure you'll pop in for
Kocoms,
at
yeah.
some point. Yeah. I think the next game I play, I think, is Wednesday, if I remember correctly. Today's Monday. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing CodeCom for a little bit on Tuesday for SpongeBob Movie Camp. At least for some. of
And I
it.
got a game over, so that's that.
All right. Yep. So thank you everybody so much for watching.
Yep.
And coming up next, Caro will be doing John Cena's Sexy High School Adventure.